second, leaving us nothing but clear skies over Dodger Stadium in L.A. Today it's the third and final game in this three-game interleague series between the Baltimore Orioles and the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's Dodger baseball on the show, and it comes your way next. Clayton Kershaw, a Texas-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, Matty, you take a look at that whip, less than one. What that means, he's allowing less than one base runner per inning. Outstanding.
Adam Jones makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Center fielder number 10, Adam Jones.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one. Eric, your Dodger ball club, as they enter play here this afternoon. They were losers last time out, but still in a decent groove as they'd won 4 of 5 prior to that.
Yeah, and when you're playing good baseball, suddenly first place starts coming into clearer focus. They've really made up some ground here in this past week or so.
Kershaw's ready. Here's the 0-2. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and a nice changeup that time gets him to swing right through it as the leadoff man is down on strikes to open up the ball game. With that, here's how Buck Showalter lines his Orioles up in this one. Steve, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
They got to be more patient out there. Work the count a little bit. Try and get to this guy early before he settles in.
Herschel Kim will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. Sinker to open the AB in there for strike one. And we should see some 90s as we go forward. 88 degrees our game time temperature. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
A classic strikeout pitch there on 0-2. It's one he loves going to, but great recognition there at the plate to lay off.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. On the ground to third. Throw on to Gonzalez, and that's out number 2. And with a quick breather here, let's look at how the Dodgers align on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, their starter has a ton of strikeouts, among the league leaders. That sometimes leads to some complacency out in the field. They're going to have to stay on their toes, be ready, because they will be involved.
Chris Davis will stand in now. He homered in the ballgame last night.
Yeah, that was a good one for him, and he needed it because, as you can see, his batting average on the year ain't pretty.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. And able to lay off the fastball away here. 2-1 now. Everything away here, and with pretty good reason.
Yeah, they'll say, left field, it's all yours. You want to beat us that way? Go ahead and do it.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Manny Machado would be next. And the count will be full. 2 out, nobody on. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. And now the Dodgers get a crack at it. No score. Miguel Gonzalez gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. EK, what's the word on him?
Yeah, guys, in his last start, he went into the 7th inning, but wasn't able to get a decision. I look to get a W here in this one.
Yasiel Puig comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Right fielder, Yasiel Puig.
And that's in there for strike one. Well, these Orioles entering play today, Eric Karros, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
And after the loss in the opener of the series, that was a much-needed win yesterday. So they can look to win this series and take 2 out of 3 if they can just take care of business here.
And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Trumbo moving to his left. And that's the first out of the inning. Time now to check out how the hometown Dodgers line up in this one. Steve, how do they send these fans home happy here today?
Hey, just keep doing what they've been doing. They lead the league in slugging percentage. Work the ball down the lines and in the gaps. Continue to get those extra base hits that have been so crucial for them, and they're going to be successful.
Corey Seager will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night. First pitch on its way. And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. And there are the umpires working this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Patrick Johnson.
Yeah, Patty Johnson back there. Good umpire. I know some pitchers have felt the squeeze at times on the corners, but I still think he does a good job of rewarding guys for making good pitches.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistaken location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 16 for him on the year. And the Dodgers strike first, 1-0.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Jock Peterson will stand in now. Certainly a dangerous hitter as he ranks number 2 in the National League in home runs.
Boy, this guy's having a big year putting up the power numbers. Certainly going to help him out when it comes to negotiating that new contract at the end of the year.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Yeah, same pitch here from the home run ball, but this one's in a much better spot down at the knees.
Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. 1 out, nobody on. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. With a moment now, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for the Orioles. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, this manager loves to do the defensive shifts. So we're going to see a lot of odd formations as the game goes along. I can't wait to see how it works.
Adrian Gonzalez will stand in, and he enters play with the 6th highest home run total in the National League.
Well, and that's exactly what you want from your corner infielders. You gotta love having those big boys down the lines that drive the ball out of the yard.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Called strike 0-2.
Yeah, I don't think you want to come in throwing a lot of high changeups. That's a pitch he's going to have to get lower in the strike zone.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he starts to go after it. Question was, did he hold up in time? Yes, indeed, says the third base umpire. The 1-2 pitch. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
It's just so hard to lay off that slow changeup. He just did break that swing off in time.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Right side and right into the shift. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Justin Turner.
Justin Turner will step forward now. Currently 3rd in the National League batting race to begin play.
Well, right now, he's in the prime of his career, so these are the years you'd really expect to see the best of what a guy's going to have to offer.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit on the ground to short. Fielded by Galvis. And an underhanded throw is in time for out number 3. I think a few of these folks need to get out of the sun. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Leading off the inning, Manny Machado, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Manny Machado.
Kershaw into the windup. Here comes the first pitch. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Grounded down the third baseline. Turner's got it. And they will not get him at first as he's able to leg out the throw. Hold on here, though. You can see the skipper heading out of the dugout now, so that very close safe call might be challenged.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about him being safe either, but here's one more look at it right here. Tough to tell for sure from that angle. We'll have to wait and see what the signal is from the dugout.
And that's a thumbs up from the bench, so they will challenge the call on the field. So the umpires on replay duty in Manhattan will now review the play from all available angles in order to make the final decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dodgers have elected to challenge.
Okay, well, we're going to get one more look at it right here. Is there enough video evidence to overturn this call? Yeah, I think that shot right there makes it look like he might have been out, so this might be a well-used challenge.
Okay, so it looks like the umpires are wrapping up their decision, and off comes the headset, and he's out. So the original call is overturned, and instead of having a base runner at first, the bases will now be empty. Jonathan Scope steps in for the first time. One of those guys really needing something to click at the plate right now. It's been a rough go of it lately. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
The fastball looks awfully sharp here early on. Sound sharp, too.
And he falls behind 0-2. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. And 2 quick outs here in the second.
And you know, he's kind of going through a stretch right now where the ball just isn't jumping off his bat. He's got a good pitch to hit right here. It looked like he put a good swing on it, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Mark Trumbo will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s.
Well, he didn't have a very good month last month at the plate. It wasn't terrible, but he did see that average take a decent hit.
The 0-1 pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. It remains 1-0. Will Venable strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Will Venable.
Into the windup and the pitch. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
Just overmatched him there.
Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
That's a good spot for that fastball on 0-2. That couldn't have been an easy take.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Half swing here, but it won't matter. It's strike 3 called anyway, and that's out number 1.
And here this is one more time on show track. You can see it. He checked his swing there, and I think he did so in time, but you can clearly see that that pitch is in the strike zone, and I think ultimately that was a called third strike.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. As he'll take a look at ball 1. He'll check in with an average still south of 230. A dozen home runs, 27 driven in. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. High in the air into shallow left center. Kim waits on it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Batting 8th, second baseman, Howie Kendrick.
Howie Kendrick will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, it seems like it's going from bad to worse. He had a bad day yesterday, and he's hitting under 200 in his last 10.
And he takes ball 1. Dodgers have the early 1-0 advantage as we play the second. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitter's count here, 2-0.
in the dirt. It's 3-0 now. You figure he's taken now on the 3-ball count?
Maybe even taken 2.
And this pitch is taken here for ball 4. So the Dodgers able to extend the inning here with 2 away.
That's a good job right there with 2 away, because if nothing else, you get your pitcher to the plate here in this inning, so you don't force him to lead off your next inning offensively.
Striding into the box, Clayton Kershaw. He'll get to take his first cuts here. He's set. Here it comes. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Now a swing and a soft liner, but foul. A runner on first with 2 away. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. And that misses 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
Here's the pitch on 2-2. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And now the benefit of you working the count to 3-2 is that runner gets a head start from first with 2 away.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1 left for L.A. We play 2 innings. It's 1-0. We welcome you back on a sunny day here in Los Angeles. Set to start the 3rd inning in this one. Freddie Galvis leads it off here. Bottom 3rd of the order set to go here in the 3rd.
Well, he's faced the minimum so far, and obviously it's still early, but they need to get something going because you can't let this guy settle in out there.
Back to work now is Kershaw as he jumps ahead of the leadoff man, 0-1.
Now that he's fully loose out there, you can see he's getting a little more zip on that fastball than he had coming out of the gate.
Hit to short. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the 3rd. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season.
Well, it's just business as usual for him, Matt. He leads the National League in that category. And pitching wins, they just aren't as celebrated these days as they once were. But I'll tell you, if you're leading the league, you're one of the best pitchers around. We'll see if he can hold on and add another win to his total in this one.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Well, that's just good pitching right there. Really ties him up with that fastball in on the hands. And he hits just a simple ground ball there for the easy out.
Miguel Gonzalez digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
And he pours this one in at the letters, 0-1.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while, and when he does, you can forget it.
And he misses with it, 1-1. Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2 now. Boy, tough enough to be an American League pitcher swinging the bat as it is. How about having to deal with threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. They still trail 1-0. Yasiel Puig digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And he'll turn and fire a desperation throw to first. And a heck of an effort that time, but the throw's too late, and that'll certainly be scored an infield single to lead off the inning. And he's going to make it up to second base safely as he's in there. My word.
You wonder if this is a ball that he probably should have just held on to. Instead, he tries to force it to first, and I think they're going to score this as a single and an error.
Here's Corey Seager. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Jones on the move. Makes the play, 1 away.
Now batting.
Getaway day here on a Wednesday afternoon as you get a look at the upcoming schedule for the weekend and into the first part of next week. Into the box, Jock Peterson. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, you know, it never feels good to go down on strikes, especially looking. You wouldn't be surprised to see him be a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
First pitch of the at-bat. There's a fastball to start him off, but that misses for ball 1. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. That's wide, 2-0.
Hey, it's danger any way you look at it right here. You've got a base open, but you've got an even better hitter waiting on deck. So I don't think I'd be working around this guy. I'd be forced to go right after him.
92 down the pipe, and it's 2-1.
Ooh, he missed a good pitch to hit there. He'll be lucky to get something like that again.
And the runner's breaking for third. Very weakly on the ground. That's foul, so the runner will have to head back. 1 out and a runner on second base. And a step off. Runner goes for third. Trying to strike him out for the second time. And another foul ball. Set to deal on 2-2. Runner's on his way to third. Sent on the ground out to second. On to Davis at first, and there are 2 away. And he is in there.
Now batting number 23. First baseman, Adrian Gonzalez.
So a man at third here with 2 gone. And stepping in now, the slugging first baseman, Adrian Gonzalez. Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again. First delivery to him on the way. Hot shot on the ground to short. Galvis, great stop. Got him.
Woo, no problem.
The defense on display on this beautiful diving stop at short. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Leading off the inning, Adam Jones. And they'll need him to get something going here.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
This guy's been amazing. He's thrown a first pitch strike to around 80% of the batters he faced. And we're in the middle innings now, so you know he's doing well.
And Jones takes this one for a ball, 1-1.
tough pitch right there. That's 96 in on the hands. You just got to let that one go.
And they'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Well, he just threw that fastball by him.
Yeah, kind of a late decision to swing there. Even if he hits that thing, that might just be a routine fly to right.
A little bouncer. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Kershaw looks in. The 2-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed, and this 4th inning will start the same way he ended the 3rd with a strikeout, and there's 1 away.
And the way this guy's pitching, you can bet these guys are thinking, thank goodness he's over in the other league. I'd hate to face him 3 or 4 times a year. Once is way too much.
Stepping in now, Herschel Kim, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. No runs, no hits, 1 error thus far for Baltimore. Line softly out toward left center, and the Orioles have their first hit of the ball game.
First baseman number.
And this pitch is on the outside part of the plate with some movement, but you see it there. He just goes down and flips it the other way over the shortstop's head. That's about all you can do.
Here's Chris Davis now. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Runners on first with 1 down. Down and away, ball 1.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. You don't want to give this guy something where he can just roll over a ground ball and still get it into right field.
And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with 1 away.
Here's Manny Machado now, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. This is hit softly to third, but gloved by the third baseman for the out.
Well, here's something for you kids to remember. You gotta freeze on a line drive if you're at second base. Make sure that that ball gets through before you take off and try to advance. And that's a good read there, and he's able to get back and avoid being doubled off.
Here's Jonathan Scope now, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And in a spot like this, first and second with 2 away, that's where he's at his toughest on the mound. He'll bear down and start finding the corners of the strike zone. Makes it very hard for you to score runs often.
2 down, runners at first and second. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, and it's tough enough to hit 95-plus mile-an-hour fastballs. That curve gives you something else to think about altogether.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Just a touch outside, 1-2.
Still now on 1-2, you don't have to make the perfect pitch out there. The count is still well in your favor on the mound.
A ball and 2 strikes, here it is. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Justin Turner is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Third baseman, Justin Turner.
gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. And no swing, apparently. Ball one. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Hot shot down the line. That gets through, and he'll start the inning off with a base hit. Around first, heading for second now. And he will get in there safely with a double to start the home fourth.
And this usually stems from a guy that's sitting on a fastball. So when he gets that changeup, normally he's so far out on his front foot, he'll just hook it foul. But instead, this time he's able to stay back, keep his hands back just long enough to keep this one fair right down the line.
Will Venable in now. He went down looking at his first trip to the plate.
And he was absolutely frozen with a good fastball. So let's see if he's a little more aggressive on that pitch this time.
First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. For Turner, he stands at second with his 13th double of the year. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. But this will land untouched. No one out with a runner at second. Lifted the other way out to left center. Kim giving chase, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And the runner from second is in to score. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Deja vu here to start off the inning. You get a double to lead things off, followed by another double here. And they get a quick run as one guy will just replace the other at second base.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. For Venable, he stands at second with his 13th double of the year. One-0 count. Here it is. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball. 1-1.
These guys have put together back-to-back doubles. He was looking for a third with that swing.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. A runner at second, nobody out. Drilled to the right side. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. The throw home. Throws there, and he is out on a beautiful throw as he just came up firing that time.
On the money. Oh, you better have to pay attention to this guy right now. He is heating it up. 7 straight games now with that hit.
Settling in now, Howie Kendrick. He drew a walk his first time up. Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike one.
Yeah, and that's the swing of a guy hoping for a first pitch curveball right there. If he gets it, he hammers it. If not, he's about 3 feet too late.
Runner breaks for third. Line toward the alley in left center. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out hit. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a 3-0 game.
Well, that's 4 straight hits against him now, and of the 4, this might be the hardest hit of them all. 1 run will score on the play, and they're really making him sweat out there now.
And now a right-hander up and throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. Standing in now, Clayton Kershaw. Pitch swung on and missed the throw. Ball's there, and he is out trying to take second. Good throw.
Well, when you look at this situation, they've got the pitcher at the plate. Why not give him the chance to get him to second? Instead, the guy runs on the first pitch, and now you've got a pitcher up there in a non-sacrifice spot. That's just not good situational baseball.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
And now on 1 and 2, this might be a spot where that high fastball was just a setup so that he can come back with that big curve.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. Kim sprinting after it. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. So 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We played 4 full. Dodgers lead this one 3-0. Mark Trumbo heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. The pitch count there, 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
Swung on and missed, 1-1.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is 1 big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game because right now they just seem out of it.
A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
Yeah, he hit a good pitch there. This thing's toward the outside part of the plate, but he stays with it all the way. Uses the big part of the field and gets himself a base hit.
In now, Freddie Galvis. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half, it's 0-1. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error thus far for Baltimore. Oh, he breaks off a beauty there. 0-2 now.
Now you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
And he'll take the fastball here inside off the plate. It's 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 4 pitches. Fast, slow, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
It seems to fit the pattern, but you better not get too predictable out there. Guys will catch on quick.
Swing and a little tapper. 1 away.
Well, it probably wasn't the way he wanted to move the guy into scoring position, but it's going to have to do, and he's going to get that man up to second base now with 1 away.
Caleb Joseph stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Kershaw comes set. First pitch on the way. Hard hit ball to second, but there to take this one is the second baseman, and that's out number 2.
We're starting to see some better swings now this second time through the lineup. He had them pretty much on their heels the first time through, but this ball was squared up about as good as you can do it, and he was fortunate that it was hit right at someone.
Into the box now, Miguel Gonzalez. As he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
It's one thing to go 2-0 on a guy, but it's another to do it to a pitcher, and still another to do it to an American League pitcher. You've got to throw a strike right here.
Hot shot to third. Gloved by Turner. Throw on to the first baseman. Gonzalez will take care of him, and the inning is over. One left for the Orioles. Still down 3-0. Yasiel Puig comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the fifth. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. To short, hit hard. Galvis has it from deep in the hole. And the throw will not be in time, as I don't think he was going to get him anyway, but a fine effort nonetheless.
Well, this would have taken a superhuman effort right here, deep in the hole. You see, he doesn't have time to plant himself, so he just leaps into the air, fires it across the diamond. Just a great effort, but this was always going to be a base hit.
To first, Gonzalez. A dive, but he's back.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
Here's Corey Seager as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. And there's ball one.
And I think that's been a big part of the problem so far. He just can't locate his fastball, especially in situations where he has to.
Throw over to the bag and a dive, but he's back. Nobody out, runner on first. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Around third is Puig, headed for the plate. The relay throw, and the run will score all the way from first. That makes it a 4-0 ball game. And he is out at third. So credit him with a double and an RBI here.
Well, once his ball got out there, you figured it was a sure double, but he decided to risk it and try for three. It was a pretty big gamble to take when you're already in scoring position, and here it doesn't pay off.
Here's Jock Peterson now, as he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. On to Davis at first, and there are two away.
The first baseman, number 23, Adrian Gonzalez.
Adrian Gonzalez will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Well, even though he's thrown a first pitch strike to about 70% of the batters he's faced, the rest of his game has not been sharp, and he's not pitching well.
Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball one.
Yeah, he just chased out of the zone on that first pitch. This time he started to, but he wisely pulled it back.
One and two now as that one's fouled off. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Right side, defense aligned perfectly. Throw on to Davis, takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. It's a run on 2 hits here for LA. 5 innings complete. The Dodgers lead it 4-0. Adam Jones will come in now to begin their half of the sixth, and it's been a struggle for them so far. Just 3 hits through the first 5 innings.
And that's certainly not going to be enough to get the job done. And as the scoreboard bears out, if they want to get back in this game, I think this is the inning that it needs to start happening.
And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. In for a strike. It's 1-1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. For that man right there, you need look back only to his last start to see a performance like the one he's shown here so far.
And well on his way to another great outing. And that's what you get when you mix your speeds and throw a lot of strikes.
Herschel Kim will dig in 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. Hard hit ball to second. Kendricks got it. Throw on to first will take care of him, and Kershaw is in control now, 2 away.
And a lot of times, you might say, 4-run lead, we'll make that up. But I tell you, the way he's throwing the ball right now, they might be fortunate just to get 1 run off him.
Chris Davis will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time, and then a base hit last time around. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. That's by him for strike 1.
And you would think that this heat would start affecting him sooner or later, but it hasn't so far.
If anything, he's getting stronger as the day goes on.
A ball and 2 strikes. The count now with the bases empty and 2 away.
A strike away now from getting through 6 shutout innings here, and that's no small feat against this lineup.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They trail here 4-0. Michael Givens will come on now as he'll start out the bottom of the 6th.
Number 60, Michael Givens.
Justin Turner will start things out for the Dodgers in their half of inning number 6.
Third baseman, Justin Turner.
Looks like a lefty and a right-hander throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. And that swung on and missed for strike 1.
Yeah, when that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you've got to leave alone and make him bring something down.
Hit hard back up the middle, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. So a ground ball single up the center of the diamond makes it 2 hits for him on the afternoon. And as you can see there on the team leaderboard, he's currently tops on the ball club in that department as we approach the All-Star break.
Yeah, and when a guy can post numbers like that, his teammates just expect him to produce game after game. He's a hitting machine for them.
Will Venable steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. From the stretch. Bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
Oh, man, what a terrific play right there. That ball was rolling, and it stayed low, so he had to bend all the way over to make a barehanded grab, then a quick release, a nice throw to first in time to get the runner. You can expect to see that on highlight reels for a couple days at least now.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. Chop foul wide of first. Runner at second here with one man out. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Kim is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with two away now.
This crowd oohs and ahs every time this guy hits a fly ball. But he didn't get all of that one, and it's pretty much a can of corn.
So two gone now for the Dodgers in the sixth. And stepping in is the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. Now he'll step out at the plate and reassess things here. Chase Utley will look to provide a little two-out thunder off the bench as he'll hit with a runner at second and two away. Grounded back up the middle. Oh, he does get to it to knock it down. Throw to the plate. And the runner will be tagged out at the plate, so a costly decision there. Dodgers leave one. They lead it 4-0. Back here at Dodger Stadium. The men in blue leading in this one as we get set to begin the seventh. But before we do, let's check out the game summary to this point. Chase Utley will stay in the ballgame now as he comes on to play second here.
Now playing second base, number 26, Chase Utley.
Leading off the inning, Manny Machado. And they'll need him to get something going here.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game. Oh, that's just a nice play out there in the corner. You know, with most guys, this is a sure double. But he might even have hit this ball a little too hard because they can get it back into the infield quickly, and that's going to hold him to just a single.
Jonathan Scope will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. Now a snap move over to first, but the runner's back easily. Here's the first pitch to him. Here's a ball skied in the air near the line, back behind first. Puig charges in, and he'll make the catch as he calls his man off.
Now batting, right fielder, Mark Trumbo.
Mark Trumbo digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one.
I think a lot of pitching coaches would like to see that first pitch strike ratio better than about 60%, but that's what he's got going for him tonight, and he's pitched very well.
And he pumps the fastball by him at 94. It's 0-2.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he's trying to get a ground ball here. He's coming right after him, trying to get a punch out.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Peterson on the run. 2 down.
Boy, his guys got him the lead back in the very first inning, and he hasn't looked back since. He's had everything go his way so far, and this inning's turning out to be no exception.
Freddie Galvis will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ballgame. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike one. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason of why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
Grounder down the line at third. Throw will go to Adrian at first, and with it, the side is retired. Orioles leave one. They're down 4-0. Clayton Kershaw will buy himself another at-bat, and in turn, he'll get himself a nice little ovation for the work he's turned in on the mound so far.
He's been great. This is an appreciative crowd. They like what they've seen, and I don't blame them.
And that misses inside 1-0. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground, but a foul ball, 1-1. One and one, here it is. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
This fastball is looking pretty lively right now.
Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
It just overmatched him there. It's a 1-2 fastball. This is right by him. Absolutely no contest.
In now is Yasiel Puig, as he will swing at the first pitch and send a ground ball out to short. On to Davis at first, and there are two away.
Now batting, shortstop, Corey Seager.
Corey Seager will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. And here's a fastball called for strike one. He goes up the ladder on the fastball and pops this one up. Kim will wait on it, and he will put it away to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers, but they're in front 4-0. Caleb Joseph will try things again. He's grounded out and lined out in two trips.
Yeah, he got solid contact on that line out, but it just didn't work out. In this game, you have to trust your approach. Eventually, it's going to pay off.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. Well, the guy you see right there has been terrific. But will they let him work these final 2 innings?
Well, I think the pitch count is in his favor. Everybody pays a lot of attention to that. So barring a huge spike right here in the 8th, I don't see any reason why you can't get these final 6 outs.
Drilled on the ground to short. And this is going to find its way into left for a base hit, and the leadoff man's aboard to start the 8th.
And this is really one of the few balls they've hit solidly all afternoon. So now we'll see if maybe they can get something going here.
Matt Wieters will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 32, Matt Wieters.
On the corner at the knees, 0-1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Grounded to third. This could be two. Utley for one. And that didn't work out too well as the pinch hitter comes on to bounce into a double play.
Well, that's not exactly what you're hoping for when you turn to your bench. Granted, it's not an easy spot. Being a pinch hitter might be the toughest position in the game, but he just rolls over on this one, and that results in a huge double play.
Adam Jones will stand in now with two away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
Kershaw gets the sign. First pitch on its way. Slapped hard the opposite way. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. Cutting it close here, but he comes through in the eighth to extend his hitting streak.
You kind of wonder why guys would pitch to him in this situation. You know someone wants to end this streak, but he just finds a way to get another hit.
Stepping in now, Herschel Kim, as this is popped foul behind the plate at strike one. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Here's the 0-2. Chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he missed with it. It's 1-2. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Peterson is under it. And that's the third out. One left for the Orioles. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Brian Mattis is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the eighth.
Brian Mattis.
Jock Peterson will stand in, and they've been able to hold him in check so far. 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that he's been a non-factor in this one. Usually a major force in their offense.
Chopped foul right at home plate. The 0-1 on its way. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Here it comes on 0-2. Tap fouled at home plate. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Well, this is a stroll he's taken 5 times in this series now. That slow walk back to the dugout after getting punched out. After a while, these things, they start to wear on you. You've got to try to keep the mindset that every at-bat's a new opportunity, but most of the time, that's easier said than done.
Here's Adrian now. They haven't played perfectly as it's hit on the ground. Galvis is there. Throw right there, and that takes care of Gonzalez. 2 gone now.
Oh, pretty flashy with the leather right there. This is all the way over on the second base side of the bag. And if he decides to leave this one for the second baseman, forget about it. It's a base hit.
And he'll step out and ask for time. Maybe trying to get this pitcher out of the rhythm he's in right now. Into the box, Justin Turner. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
2 out, nobody on. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. This is in the air to right. Trumbo has a play. And that ends the inning. Dodgers down in order, but they hold a 4-0 lead. Chris Davis will be tasked now with leading things off in their half of the ninth, as they'll try to do something to prevent being shut out.
And whatever they've done for the first 8 innings hasn't yielded a whole lot so far, so quite frankly, I'm not expecting too much.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0.
Well, you know, things have gone his way more often than not so far this afternoon, but he certainly didn't get any help on that one.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. This one's a strike. It's 1-1.
Here's a guy that understands. It's all about getting on base at this point, so good idea there just to wait for strike 1.
Fouled toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play. Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
The third baseman, number 13.
And a reminder, we'll look back over the key plays of the ballgame with post-game highlights immediately after we conclude matters here in L.A. Manny Machado will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs. Here comes the first pitch. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. And with 1 out in the 9th, he's just now coming up on his 100th pitch of the ballgame. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
That thing's knee-high on the outside third of the plate. Pretty understandable why he couldn't catch up with that one.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Now a little tapper here up the first baseline, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Hit out towards second. Utley's up with it. On to first, and the Orioles are down to their final out.
Well, this has been a thoroughly dominating performance out there. Kept these guys guessing all game long, and he's just 1 out away now from picking up a well-deserved complete game shutout.
Jonathan Scope will stand in now as their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th.
Yeah, just one final hurdle here before he finishes off the shutout.
Takes strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's better than a game plan has been the execution of that game plan. You're exactly right. They've held this lineup at bay.
And that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now.
Back into the stretch for him again as we take a look at his line so far. It's almost like he's kept that shutout going with smoke and mirrors because he's definitely given up his share of base runners. They just haven't amounted to anything so far.
Stepping in, Mark Trumbo. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here comes the Dodger manager making his way toward the mound. And it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. Kenley Jansen will come on here. Not a save situation, but he'll try to close it out nonetheless. And a feeble swing that time. It's 0-1.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
And he swings and misses on that one, and now the Orioles are down to their final strike here.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Fly ball out toward left center field. And he'll squeeze this one for the final out, and the Dodgers have taken the rubber match of this three-game set as this ball game is over.
Yeah, and you know this home crowd is going to get to drive home happy as their guys come through with a very good win.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. And guys, we were treated to an excellent pitching performance in this one by the gentleman you see right here, Clayton Kershaw. Don't put that card in your bicycle spokes. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, a little unfortunate he couldn't get that final out in the ninth, but still, 8 2/3, good innings of work, and he was on his game here in this one.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Dodgers win it 4-0. So long from Southern California.
Here now is our final line.